tell me about this whole entire experience, because obviously there's been a lot of change. From your son to having the Roth IRAs and all that stuff and the family talks. Tell me more about what's happened since you guys have joined the academy.
Yeah, man. No, it's been a heck of an experience, man. I think the whole family has it's taken an effect on everybody. My daughter, my son, my wife, myself. So yeah, a lot of changes have happened. My son started a little side business way back when I started this whole process. He's made a couple dollars on that. He started investing as well. So that was awesome to see.
And they both invested in their money into the Roth IRA directly.
That is correct. Yeah, that is correct.
Incredible, man. That's so cool to hear. So prior to the academy, obviously, none of this stuff was happening. What was the mindset around money before the academy?
Honestly, the mindset was always, try to make as much as you can to pay your bills. It was never, there was, IRAs in my household. I don't think I ever spoke about an IRA. We spoke about 401ks maybe, because my job gives it to you, but not
Sure.
like I had any real knowledge about it. Those conversations are pretty much our daily conversations nowadays. So for the most part, IRAs, 401ks, investments, side hustles, jobs, all that kind of stuff. That's pretty much our conversations at home nowadays.
And so you paid the first two cards off. As soon as you got in, you pretty much had two credit cards paid off. There was a 3K revolving in a bank that was paid off. What other things have happened, man? It's been a lot of stuff.
Honestly,
The
I paid
index
off.
fund, you started automating the index funds?
Yeah, yeah. So index funds are automated. What else? I invest in a stock through Robinhood, which I do automated as well. The IRAs, I do that automatically. I up all of my 401ks, my wife's 401k, my 401k. I pretty much matched what I'm allowed to at work for now. But I'm still aggressively paying off the credit cards. I still have a pretty good chunk of credit cards still going. So as of right now, to be honest, I think I'll be done sometime next year. I want to say mid-year next year. And to be honest, I don't think I had an end date 6 months ago.
Yeah, it was just kind of like forever is gonna you're just gonna pay on it forever type thing.
Whenever it was going to happen, it was going to happen. And that was and we had a lot of conversations. We messaged a lot of times, and that's why I felt like I was drowning all the time.
Yep. That's pretty normal, man. And the cool thing is now you're automating there's investments involved. There's the kids are investing, which is going to set them so far ahead in a way that you guys probably don't even see yet. But you'll see the impact down the road. For somebody coming into the academy, what is your overall experience? How has it been just overall as a student? Obviously the results are there, but what outside of the results have you liked about the academy?
I think the biggest thing that I can say that I've taken away from the academy, I have to be honest, is the alleviated pressure, that pressure that of course I feel pressure all the time, right? We feel pressure all the time, but I don't feel defeated every day anymore. I don't feel, I think I went from sometime late July till about late August. I never went into my bank account.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that I looked at my bank account from 2020 till July of this year, every single day. Right? Does that make sense? Like I looked at it every single day to make sure I had the money there, to make sure that, my bills are going to get paid, because I was never aware, I was very unsure that my bills were going to get paid, that money was there, that I wasn't going to overdraft. And from July till about September something, I never went into it because I knew the money was there.
Incredible. So it's just like the confidence is there now.
Yeah. I knew the money was there. I knew my bills were being paid. I knew that everything was automated. I knew that everything was allocated correctly. It was just it's a huge relief, to be honest, man. I
so
can
good
breathe
to hear.
much easier nowadays.
That's phenomenal here, man. And now it's a family affair. The whole family's talking about dinner. That's all you guys talking about. I don't know if that's a good, bad thing, or
That's a great thing, man. That's a great thing. It changes the mindset, man. We talk about a lot of, paradigm shifts in the house nowadays, it's a conversation in the house that, was never part of our conversation at home. You
That's
know,
so
and
incredible to hear, man.
and to know that I'm creating two kids that are not going to have the same mindset that I had for such a long time. You know, I was stuck in a rut for decades. Um, you know, I'm looking into real estate now. You know, that's not a
So cool.
conversation I've had ever. You know,
That's so cool.
yeah, like I'm doing a deal very soon. Hopefully by January I close. So I think that, you know, I can't imagine that I would have had this conversation 6 months ago.
Very cool, man. And then, so again, so let's say somebody, previous to the academy, I'm sure there was some skepticism or like, I don't know if this is the right decision for me. What would you tell somebody in that same spot? Let's call it 7 months ago, right before you started. What was your mindset? What would you tell that person today?
You know, honestly, you know, for the most part, I think whoever I sit down and I talk to, you know, I talk to everybody about you all the time. You know, my younger friends, my older friends, anybody I know that I feel like is, you know, struggling through some stuff. You know, like I have my brother-in-law. I talk to him all the time. You know, for the most part, it's a big leap, you know, to trust someone to be able to guide you through this process if you truly don't understand it. Um,
100%.
I tell them all the time, I'm like, I'm pretty sure you can go out and find most of this information, but to have the information streamlined for you alleviates hundreds of questions. Because I knew about, you know, index funds, I knew
Sure.
about ETF, I knew about all that stuff,
Mhm.
but I had absolutely no clue. You know, I think I lasted maybe 6 months that I was depositing into a brokerage fund, brokerage account. I forget what's that other account when they hold your money. What's that account called?
The money market?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I spent months depositing into that.
See, like,
I thought I was investing.
yep.
This was back in January, right? I
Uh-huh.
thought I was investing. I had no idea.
It was
So
sitting in a bank account, basically.
that's pretty much exactly what I was doing. I was depositing a couple $100 into a bank account, and they just sat there for however long. I was hoping to do this stuff, and I had no idea, you know, where any of this was. Like I just didn't know,
Yeah,
and that's what I tell them.
that's normal too, man. It's like if I hand delivered you a puzzle and dumped it on the ground, say, hey, there's a 1,000-piece puzzle. Go piece it together through all the information you're gonna learn. There's gonna be questions, there's gonna be uncertainty, there's gonna be like, I don't know about this. It's gonna hold you up. There's gonna be time in between to figure that out. It's like, why don't you just get the puzzle delivered to you full, taken care of? It's so much easier, so much
Yeah,
better, quicker, and time is money. And that's the big thing people miss. It's like you can go figure it out, go be my guest, but that's gonna take maybe a year, 2 years, who knows? And then how long does that, what's that take away from the compounded growth effect of just knowing it right now?
yeah, and that's all. And I tell them the same thing. You know, one particularly my brother-in-law. Like I've been pushing him to get, you know, to contact you and reach out and stuff like that. Because I tell him all the time, I'm like, yeah, you can definitely go out and search for this information. That was 3 months ago, and
Yep.
I asked, so what have you done since the last 3 months? And it's still the same answer, pretty much
Yep.
nothing. I'm still in the same exact place.
Hmm.
You know, and in 6 months, you know, I can't say that I'm nowhere near the same exact place.
Yeah, dude, that's incredible to hear, man. I can't wait to see like obviously a year's growth and 2 years growth and 3 years growth. And the idea now we have lifetime access. So you're part of that community forever. You can always be there, talk to us. I'm super excited for you, man. I can't be any more proud.
I'm very happy that you did that. You know, I go back into you know, into the videos. You know, I'll forget certain things, and
Yep.
I refresh it again. I go back into it. I'll review it again just to, you know, just to make sure that I'm doing things correctly, make sure that I'm moving things correctly, that kind of thing. But yeah, no, I definitely appreciate that, and it's definitely going to be very helpful for us.